If you're not an introvert, scroll, because today we're talking about introverted tendencies and how those are stunting our growth or knocking our progress. I'm also stepping into my uncomfortable, putting myself out there, stepping out of my comfort zone. This is my journal. This is how I intend to measure my progress on how I've been growing over the past year. Let's get into the video because this is going to be a juicy one. Introverted tendency, how we can improve this and how it's knocking our growth. Being an introvert is not a bad thing, by the way. It's not making it stunt your growth, not make it confine you. We need to grow, and some of these tendencies are setting us back. That's what I want to highlight in this video, how they're setting us back and how we can improve on them to be the better version of ourselves. A little background: back in high school, back in university, I was seen as a loner. Didn't have a lot of friends, still don't. Does it bother me? No. Maybe sometime when I want to go somewhere and I want someone to go with me. 99% of the time it doesn't bother me at all. And being an introvert as well, people sometimes, from my experience, they label me as I'm acting as if I'm better than anyone else because I don't speak to people or places that they want to go. And I'm saying that it's okay to be yourself. It's okay to not try too hard for people to like you, not even try too hard. It's okay for not doing things that you are not comfortable with because you want to feel accepted. I was the person back in high school. I say no to everything. I didn't let peer pressure get to me. Now when I speak to people that didn't really know me like that, they're like, oh, I didn't know that you were that funny. I didn't know that you were like this, XYZ, because they didn't take the time to know me. And I'm not someone to put myself out there. I rather people come to me than I go to them. That is not good, but that's how I'm programmed. Nowadays, I'm trying to get out of that zone. I want to know if you guys can relate to any of these that I'm going to mention in the video. Here's some bonus. If you're an introvert, you've gone through this before. You're the silent one in the meeting when you're working and they're like, let's give Patrice a chance to speak. I don't want a chance. I would have been speaking if I wanted to speak.
And guys, can I just say, we don't want to hear from the same voices all the time. So please, any comments from anyone new? Sophie, I'm looking at you. I've just noticed that you've been hanging back in the shadows and that's not really going to get you anywhere. Yeah. So what I'm looking for is for you to take lead on a project, specifically Project Dashlight. Yeah, no, don't make that face.
I've got my notes here because this was something that I really want to speak on. Part of my journey to be more articulate. I think this is the perfect topic to start off with. Not saying yes. There's an opportunity that presents itself. We'll either say, I'll let you know. Always thinking that people have an agenda. We're just so skeptical. Always thinking that someone is out to get us, what's in it for them, or they're trying to use you. One thing with me, I don't like to be used. I like you to be honest with me from the get-go. It could also be a form of self-sabotaging, talking your way out of doing something that could have been beneficial. Not saying yes, this make us miss out on opportunities or special moment. So for the second one, scared to ask for help and scared to accept help. That is me to a T. You could be my friend and I know that you are competent in a certain area that I need your expertise on. We don't want to ask for help because we don't want you to use it against us. If I'm asking for help, I'd rather pay you for your time so that you can't use it against me or thinking that I owe you something. I think if I exchange something for your help, then call it even. Another thing is I don't want to be a burden or a beg. How can we improve this? Especially for accepting help. Always overthinking things and not taking it as it is, not taking it as face value, and always exchange something. If I'm asking you for help, like, what can I help you with? The next one is always sitting in the back. It doesn't matter where I go, in a restaurant, in a classroom, at church, choir, dancing, when I'm doing a routine. Don't like having people behind me. Don't like having people looking at me. I don't like to be the center of attention. So that's why I always take myself out of the spotlight. When I'm sitting in the back, I can see everyone. If something to happen, I can see it first. I can spot it. When I'm in the restaurant, I like my back to be against the wall and I can see the exits. The bullies at the back, they be throwing things at your head. But I've changed over the past years, mainly in classroom settings. I sit at the front, not in the middle. I'll sit at the end of either side of the classroom. Rather than sitting at the back, I try to sit at the front, either side of the classroom. I think the middle is pushing it for me. As it relates to dance and choir, I always stay in the back because I doubt myself about how good I am, so I don't go at the front. I don't want to mess up the entire routine for everyone, so I put myself in the back. Not wanting to go out if I don't have to. Someone that can stay inside for a month and not be bored. As long as I have the internet, I'm good. Always have something to occupy my time. I started a little small business. I try to learn crafting, designing when I'm editing my videos, that you don't have time to think about what other people are doing. I don't have time to get bored because there's always something on the creative side that I'm doing. That's why hobbies and interest is the best thing to have. Because of this, not wanting to go outside, why this can stunt our growth. We don't get to network. We don't see some opportunity missing us because we're inside. Like in-person connection, we're not building that rather than online all the time. So that's one way that it can stunt our growth. If you're an introvert that wants to start a business, you're going to need partners in the future, and sometimes you'll have to show up for your business in person. So staying inside, not communicating face to face with people, even though we are in an era where most things can be done online, but we still want to have that side of human connection. And another tendency is not asking questions. Rather, you ask me the question first and I'll ask you back the same question. And that is another point that I touched on, where I like to seem nosy. I don't like to cross a boundary that I'm asking too much questions. And not asking questions make it seem like you're not interested in people's life, and for that they will take a step back from you, and that's how that can stunt your growth and knock your progress in life. And this is one of them where you don't want to be seen, or fear of being seen. You don't want to be the center of attention. So the negative side of this is that we don't show our creativity, always wearing dark colors. We don't express ourselves through our clothing, to just blending in the background. You always look for jobs that have limited face-to-face interaction with people. So for example, a desk job to just hide behind the scene, a factory, some admin work. We don't go for roles that will enable us to speak more, enable us to lead. Leadership role, you don't go for those. You always limit yourself. If we're not putting ourselves out there for jobs that allow us to be seen, we won't get the promotion, to be honest. Or out of sight, out of mind type of thing. So we are less likely to get the promotions. We are less likely to get the raise. We're less likely to be put forward for things that would improve our progress and increase exposure. Might not get the recognition that we deserve. We tend to always talk our way out of something that would be beneficial for us. Something like asking for a raise or a promotion. This could be because we don't want to come off as being too greedy or ungrateful. An example of this as well, when we get the wrong order, not speaking up. When we don't like the color of our nail, we're at the nail tech, we're not speaking up, not telling them it's too short. Sometimes they'll do my nails and it needs cleaning up more, and I'm like, you know what, I'm not going to even bother him about that. Let him just do what he's doing. Something that we need to work on, because open mouth don't get fed. We need to speak up more. Speak up more. When I say speak up, speak in a way that is still respectful and you still being yourself. This is another one. If I like you, you'll never know. You'll never know until I feel that you like me. Because of this, we tend to miss out on our person because we are so nonchalant, or We act like we don't care. We don't show our emotions like that. And the thing, I think it's a safety measure. We trying to protect ourselves. It's the fear of rejection. And because of that, we just pretend like we're not interested. But as I said, opportunities will pass. That person is going to take that on as if you don't like them. They can't read minds, you know? We don't have a problem with cutting people off. I don't know for you, but I don't have a problem with cutting people off, especially guys. Once you've disrespected me, once you've crossed the boundary, pack up the things and go, go, go. I'll not speak to you until I think I'm over it, type of thing. You know, that is not a good thing. I think I do have avoidant attachment style. Tend to run away just to protect myself. I don't let myself fall. You know, I don't go in too deep. I always put my toes in so I can take it out back. I never jump in to sink. I think as introverts, we try to stay on the safer side and take little or no risk. So that's why we are always reserved, observant on our own. We take much longer to integrate in large spaces. We are okay with blending in the back. Could care less about the spotlight. With introverts, people have to be patient with us and they have to be persistent with us, because as introverts, because we don't go out there, if that person don't be persistent in inviting us out for us to trust that they really want us to come with them, we won't. It's like asking someone if come if you want. That would never work with an introvert. Come if you want. That means you don't want me there. I'm going to XYZ, come if you want. No, we're not. We're going to decline that thing. We want to feel needed and that you are a genuine person. It takes longer for us introverts to open up because it takes longer for us to trust people, and we want to feel safe. If you can relate to anything that I've said in this video, leave them below. If you've got any introverted tendencies that you think is holding you back or stunting your growth, if you disagree with any of the ones that I said as well, let me know. So I'm very sure that I'm missing out some. So if you've got any, put them in the comments. So thank you guys so much for watching. And as always, I'll see you on the next one. Bye.